4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath. Open your mouth, let it go, release. Ha. One more time together. Inhale through your nose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Biggest breath of the day. Hold it in. Open mouth, exhale. Good, and then press up onto all fours. Let's take a few rounds of cat-cow. Moving at your own pace. Move with your breath here. I invite you to take side-to-side movements through the hips. Shift forward and back, round and arch. Just get into all the creases in the hips, the vertebrae. Keep your breath nice and big. And then come back through center and come up to standing on your knees. Separate your knees about hip width distance. And then draw your hands together at your heart center. From here, really press your shin bones and the tops of your feet into your mat and come halfway down. Come halfway down to your heels. So your hips are coming down to your heels and hold right there. Now stay lifted through your chest, but feel your legs starting to turn on. Really turn on your core here. Turn on your legs. Slightly tuck your tailbone and press your pelvis forward just a little bit. Sit a little bit lower. Good. Let's find a little pulse here. Pulse, pulse, pulse. And you can move with the beat of your music or not. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it low on 1. Even more engagement through the core. I want you to twist the arms open to one side. So turn open like you're gonna give like your dog or your kid a big hug. Like, come here, I'm gonna give you a hug. Sit a little bit lower, and then come back through center, hands press. Opposite side twist. Come down a little bit lower. And back through center. Don't come all the way up, and then keep going. Let's twist open, inhale. Exhale, come back through center. Twist open, inhale. Exhale, back through center. Keep going. Starting to build some heat here. And let's all meet back through center. Come all the way up and come into gate pose. So bring your right leg out to the side. Standing on the left knee now. Left hand sweeps down to your mat. And reach your right arm up. And then float your right leg. Flex your right foot a lot. And then really reach out through the fingertips. Reach out through that heel. But let's start to crunch it in here. So inhale, find even more length. Big breath in. Exhale, crunch, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Really lift that leg up. Exhale, crunch. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going, and maybe even starting to pick up the pace. If you want to build a little more heat. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it in on 1, crunch, crunch, pulse to the finish, pulse, pulse, pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set that foot back down, reach high. And then come into puppy pose with that right leg extended out. So walk your hands forward, melt your chest. And then come back up, and we'll switch out the legs here. Come a little closer here. There we go. So right knee is down, left leg comes out. And then right arm sweeps up and over. Take a big side stretch. And then sweep your right hand down, left arm comes up and over, float your left foot. Flex your left foot a lot. Create a lot of length here, a lot of strength through the core. Yeah, so there's a slight tuck through the core here. Inhale, lift a little higher, open. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Keep going, and maybe even start to pick up the pace here. Speeding up your breath with your movements. Pay attention to your body. Try not to allow your mind to wander off. Really pay attention to the muscles you're using, what your body feels as you move. Hold it in on the next round, and then pulse, 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 pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend that left leg back out, reach, and then puppy pose with the left leg out. Melt your chest forward, melt your forehead towards your mat. See how big you can get your breath here. Really big inhales. And then come all the way back to hands and knees, downward facing dog. Hopefully feeling a little warm now, feeling those legs. Take a moment just to find some groundedness in your down dog. Bringing one heel down and then the other. Really spread your fingers and press firmly into your mat. Lift your right leg up towards the ceiling and bend your knee and open up through your hip. Back to 3-leg dog, and then shift forward, knee to nose, hug in. Really round your spine here, and let's find a tap down with the knee. So tap your knee down to your mat, and then lift it straight back up in your chest, round, curl, like cat pose. Drop the knee, inhale, exhale, round. Inhale, drop, exhale, round. Keep going at a nice, slow, steady pace, or again here, you might start to speed up. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Step your right foot through your hands on 1. Keep your hands down on your mat, and then bend and straighten through your front leg a few times. If you feel the need to linger anywhere, do that. Making sure to sync your movement in with your breathing. Inhaling as you come forward, and exhaling as you shift back. Plant your left hand to your mat, bend back into your front knee, and then peel your right arm open. Release your right hand back to your mat, and we're gonna start to come into some dynamic movement here. So with your hands down, look forward. We're gonna come into chair. So step your left foot forward to meet your right, and then sweep your arms up at the same time. Yeah, good job, guys. Right back where we just were. Hands come down, back to lunge. Keep your hands down on your mat. Beautiful, yeah. Let's start to alternate between the two. So we come forward, chair, and then back to lunge. See how much control you can do this with. So really like you're in a jar of honey, and you're slowly and moving with control between your lunge with hands down and then back to chair. Maybe this is where you start to turn up your music a little bit. See how big you can get your breath here. Let your focus be on your breath and your body. All right, we're gonna add on. Let's be back in lunge. Bring your hands down. We gotta build heat without the hot room, so that's what we're doing here. So from your lunge, we're gonna come forward. This time, kick the left foot all the way through. Extend your arms up. Yeah, and then right back to lunge, hands down. All right, let's start to move between the two. Take your time if you need. Or you can speed it up too. Once you kind of get the rhythm, you might start to speed up. Kick and lunge. Kick, lunge. Inhale, kick. Exhale, lunge. It's hard. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to lunge, plank pose. Hold plank. Let's do some chaturanga push-ups here. So I want you to come down to your knees. Do that if you need to. If you're feeling really strong, then keep your knees lifted. Let's shift forward. Hands underneath shoulders, lower halfway. And then press. Lower, press. I think everyone in here has done this with me before. You don't need too much more instruction. Maybe start to move with the beat of your music. More importantly, move with your breath. So exhaling each time you're pressing up. Inhaling down. All well. Keeping the core really engaged. For 5. Think navel to spine. 4, 3, 2. Come all the way down to your mat on 1. Cobra pose. So take a moment. Bring your feet together like you have one tail. Engage your legs, lift your chest. Keep your elbows bent here. Roll your shoulders down. And let's float here just a little bit. So coming down to your mat on the exhale. On your inhale, press back cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Maybe getting a little higher each time. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Lower. This time, upward facing dog. Straighten your arms, lift your thighs, lift your kneecaps. Press into the tops of your feet, lift your gaze. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Let's all take a big deep breath together. Inhale, hold your breath. Open mouth side out. Yes, all right, left leg lifts. Bend your knee and open up through your hip. And you can take some wiggles through the ankle, through the hip. Then back to 3-leg dog, straighten out your leg. Shift forward, knee to nose. Think cat motion through your spine, round. And then start to drop down, find that pulse, lower, lift, lower, lift. Inhale as you drop the knee, exhale as you squeeze navel to spine and ground. If you have wrist issues, come down to forearms. You can do this on forearms. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Step all the way through on 1, low lunge. Then let's stretch it out. So bend and straighten through that front leg. Good, on your next rep, come forward. Plant your right hand to your mat, and then peel your left arm open for your lunge twist. Lift your gaze if that feels comfortable on your neck. Look at your palms. Bring your left hand back down to your mat. Reset. All right, we're gonna come into chair pose. So look down at your front foot and then bring your feet together, chair, sweep your arms up. Back to lunge. Float, back to chair. Lunge. And you might start to get a little more fluid with it. So essentially you want that standing leg, that left leg, to remain bent and strong the whole time. All right, let's start to add on. So let's come back to lunge. And then this time we'll kick the foot all the way through. Lift the arms. Straighten out the leg if you can, lift it high. And then back to lunge, hands sweep down. And inhale, come forward. Exhale. Again, think controlled movements over speed here. Big deep breaths over speed. And you'll probably wobble a little bit because this is hard. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, back to lunge on 1, plank pose. Hold plank. All right, so from plank, I want you to bend your knees a lot. Sink your hips back towards your heels. I've been calling this like a down dog squat. And then shift forward plank. Come right back. Hips towards heels and plank like you're gonna pounce. Forward and back. This is your cardio, so start to speed up your movement here. Really hear yourself breathe. Strong core. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, okay, cool. And 1, plank pose. Chaturanga, halfway lower. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Maybe that wasn't cool. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold your breath. Open mouth, exhale. And bend your knees, look forward towards the top of your mat. And then step or jump to the top. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Chair pose. All right, from our chair, just like we started class, we're gonna twist open to one side. Open up, look back over your extended back arm, and then come back through center. Big breath in, twist opposite side. Inhale, center. Then getting a little lower through your chair each time you do this. Maybe close your eyes. Let's all hold center. Then slowly lower. Bring your seat all the way to your mat for boat pose. Let's all meet there. So you can start, you can modify by bringing your feet down, just hinging back at the hips. You might keep your grab behind the thighs. Pull your feet, sit tall though. Option to straighten the legs. Extend the arms forward. But hold here. All right, from here, lower right leg, and then lift. Lower left, if you need to bend the knees, do that. Lift. Let's speed it up here, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. You guys like the background? The studio is so echoey that I had to move my little setup out here until I get a good headset, so that's why this is happening. That's why you guys are looking at what you're looking at. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees together, sit tall, butterfly pose. Let's stretch it out for a moment before we start to use the hand weights for the upper body. So bring the soles of your feet together, sit tall, interlace your hands around your toes, and then start to come down. Try to keep a nice long spine here so you don't want to round too much. Take some deep breaths. See how big you can get your breath here. How much space on the inside of your body can you take up with your breath? Go in from here, extend your right leg out, 45 degrees, sole of your left foot comes in. And then turn to face your extended leg and fold. Come back up, bring your left hand behind you, and then lift your hips towards the ceiling. Take some open circles through your right arm. Relax your head, neck, and shoulders here. And then let's switch sides. Lower your hips down, extend your left leg out. Bring the sole of your right foot in. Turn towards your extended leg and then fold. Keep your spine long, so keep your gaze down at your big toe. And then come on up, right hand comes behind. Take left arm up and open. Take some big circles through the left arm. And come on back down. Grab your hand weights and then come to stand up on your mat. Grab a sip of water if you need it. All right. So from here, weights in hand. I want you to come so that your mat is, you're standing with the mat like the long side, facing forward. Yeah, okay. Or not, it doesn't matter. You guys have carpet at home or hardcore or whatever. Okay. So we're gonna start here with our palms facing forward and the arms into a V shape. We're gonna start in a curtsy squat. So plant your right foot firmly into your mat, and you're gonna bring your left foot behind you. And as you do that, press your arms up. Good, and then bring the arms back. Oops, sorry. To disable that, yeah, decline, sorry guys. So then we're going to come into a squat, a regular squat, and then back to the curtsy. So left foot comes behind, arms pressed, and then come into a squat position. Squeeze the elbows. So curtsy squat, same side. Left foot's coming behind, and then left foot is stepping out. Good, so curtsy press, and then squat, squeeze the elbows in. Start to sink in with your breath here. I'm gonna disable notifications from my phone while you guys are doing this. Awesome work, guys. Yeah, is that Norma? No, it must not be Norma. Keep going, yes. I love seeing the couples working out together. Good job, guys. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, hold your curtsy squat on 1, or come into your curtsy squat if you're not there. Let's pulse it out right here, pulse, pulse, pulse. Now bring your awareness to your inner thighs and your lower abdominal muscles. You really want to squeeze and engage through that area. Big breath, shoulders down away from ears for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to squat where you just were. Squeeze the elbow points in, and we're gonna pulse here. So squeeze your elbows. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Slight tuck of your pelvis here, pressing hips forward. Sending your tailbone down towards your mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand all the way up, wide-legged forward fold. So step out a little wider on your mat, and then come down. You can ditch the weights for a moment. Find some stillness, crown of your head towards your mat. Then really roll your weight forward into your toes. From here, start to find a little side-to-side lunge. Feeling a nice stretch and opening on both sides, alternating. And then from here, bring hands to hips, stand all the way up. For our cardio segment, we're gonna do some jump squats. So I want you to come into a squat position. We're really hitting the legs today. So squat position. From here, sink your hips low, touch the floor, and then come up and jump. And if you have any knee issues or if the jump isn't something that's gonna work for you, you can just come up to stand, lift, squat, lift. It's like you're picking something up from the floor and offering it up to the sky. Yeah, you can move as slowly or quickly here. You just want to make sure you stay engaged through the core and that you're not rounding too much through your spine. So keep your chest lifted, your gaze forward. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold. This time bring your feet about hip width distance, toe heel in, ragdoll pose. Yeah, or you can leave the feet as wide as feels good for your body. Grab opposite elbows, sway from right to left. Nod your head yes, shake it out no. And then come into plank pose. Side plank, right side. So plant your right hand to your mat, peel your left arm open. Find a little pulse through the hips, lift, lift, lift. Teeny tiny little movement here, lift, lift. Again, bring your attention to your inner thighs. Really squeeze your inner thighs together here. Squeeze lower abdomen. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back through center. Same thing, opposite side. Left hand plants this time. Peel your right arm open. Again, if you have wrist issues, come down with forearm. It works just as well. On forearm, start to pulse the hips. Lift. Now this time, bring your awareness to your lifted fingertips, like someone is pulling your hand up towards the ceiling. Really lift and expand through the chest. And let this be an invitation to really take some big deep breaths. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plank pose. Chaturanga. Float out. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. But bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the top. Halfway lift and fold. Extended mountain pose, reach high, big breath in. Hands to heart center, exhale. All right, side 2, grab those weights. So we're gonna do essentially the same thing on this side. So we'll start in that curtsy squat press into a regular squat with the elbows drawing in. So we'll start with the elbows drawing in, legs straight. This time your left leg is gonna be your firm standing leg. Step your right foot back behind, press the arms. Go then step the right foot out, squat and squeeze the elbows. Back to curtsy, press, and then squeeze, press. Be in the experience of moving your body. So whether that means that you move nice and slow, conscious of your breath, or maybe you start to pick up the pace. Just make sure that you're breathing deeply. And maybe face towards a nice view. Maybe you have a window in the room that you're practicing in. Maybe look at something outside. Look at your friend that you're practicing with, or your husband, or girlfriend, boyfriend, your dog, your kids. It's another beautiful thing about these online workouts is that you can do these with your kids there. Might not be a perfect system, but hey, what is? All right, let's all hold our curtsy squat and pulse it out here with the arms lifted, pulse, pulse. Squeeze inner thighs, navel to spine, shoulders down, pulse. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to squat, elbows draw in. Let's pulse. This is our last move for arms. Pulse, 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 pulse. Grab your tailbone in, down towards your mat. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Point your toes forward. Come down. Melt your chest. You can find stillness here, or you can shift from side to side. Good, hands to hips, bend your knees, come all the way up to standing. All right, how we doing, guys? I hope good. All right, last cardio segment. This time we're gonna do some kickouts with the legs. So we're just gonna start by kicking the right foot and then the left foot. So find a little bounce here, if that feels good for your body. Otherwise, you can just step, 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 step. Or start to pick it up and really kick the legs forward. And turn up your volume here to your music. Add in some arms if you want. You can dance. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's come to feet about hip width distance and just find a sway from side to side. Soft bend in your knees. Bring it out. Bring it out. Smile. Let's all say something here that we're grateful for. Just say it out loud. I am grateful for this community and this studio because it brought all of you to me. Tell whoever you're with, what are you grateful for right now? All right, let's come to meet in mountain pose at the top of our mat. And let's just find some stillness here. Draw your hands together at heart center. Bring your big toes to touch, heels slightly parted. Then stand strong in your legs, strong in your core, strong through your chest. Take some deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. On your next in-breath, sweep up, extended mountain pose. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up towards the ceiling and bend your knee, open up through your hip. Straighten out your leg, 3-leg dog, and then shift forward, knee to right elbow. Hug it in, hold it there. But from here, drop the knee down to your wrist. and then bring it back up to your elbow. Do that a few more times. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Step the right foot to the outside of your right hand. Lizard lunge. So you can stay lifted through the back knee or you can come down. This is where you start to relax. So just let the hips melt down to your mat. Maybe come down to forearms. Take some deep breaths. Good, and then straighten out through your front leg and fold. It's kind of like a modified runner stretch. Just let it feel good. And if you want to kind of play around with where you put your hands, you can. So you can walk your hands open or to the opposite side. Have free movement. See what feels good. See what position your body's called into. And then let's meet back in downward facing dog as you're ready. From your down dog, lift your left leg up. Bend your knee, open up through your hip. Back to 3-leg dog, shift forward, knee to left elbow, hug it in. And then start to shift the knee down to wrist, and then lift up. Lower down to wrist, and lift. Yeah, option to come down to forearms here too. If the wrists are screaming a little bit, do it there. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Lizard lunge on 1. Left foot to outside of left hand. Melt your hips. Back knee down. Stay lifted or come to forearms, but relax. Smile. And then find that runner stretch. Straighten your front leg. And again, if you want to be still here, you can, or you can start to play around with where you place your hands. Maybe bring them to the outside of your front leg, or the inside and over to the side. Get into all those little creases, those little spaces that you might not feel in your day-to-day movement. You can round and arch through your spine. Back to your breath, really big inhales. And then back to downward facing dog. Shift forward, plank pose. And then come all the way down to your belly, rest. Take some deep breaths there. So the rest part of this is equally as important as the strengthening part. So make sure that you're resting in between, taking care of your body. Let's do some swimmers here. So bring your arms out in front of you, palms face down, and then legs are about hip width distance. As you're ready, lift your chest, lift your legs, lift your arms, and then start to kick. Flutter the arms and legs at the same time. Keep your gaze down to your mat. It's just a little bit in front of your mat, so keep your neck nice and long here. Come check you guys out. Yes, good job, everyone. Yay, Lindley brought her man. It's amazing. Kara brought her dog. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, rest. I see a mom and daughter on, Kate, and is Eliana on here? I think she was supposed to be. Amazing. All right, let's do floor bow pose. So bend your knees, reach around, grab a hold of the tops of your feet, draw your knees in towards one another, and then start to kick as you're ready, with no goal other than for this to feel good and opening and deepen through your chest, your breath. One more big breath in. And release. Come down. You can windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Shake your hips out a little bit here if that feels good. And then let's all meet on all fours. Let's do a little mat work here. So from your all fours position, extend your right leg back behind you. Good, from here, tap your toes down, straight down to the mat, and then lift the leg back up. Tap your foot down, and then lift. Tap it down, and lift. Tap, lift. We're gonna start to add on here. So tap, lift, side crunch, fire hydrant, and back. Tap, lift, side crunch, back. So think with your side crunch, you're drawing your knee towards your elbow or your tricep. You can even touch into your tricep, lower, lift, crunch, extend, lower, lift, crunch, extend. If you want to add in, you can add in the arm. So you can extend the left arm forward and tap. Tap the hand down when you tap the leg down. Just adds in a little extra balance challenge. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Come to that side crunch on one and hold it right there. Mini pulse, 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 side crunch, crunch, crunch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, child's pose. Sit back and rest. Grab a sip of water if you need it. All right, let's get into the opposite side. Come back to all fours. This time, left leg extends back. You can point your toe here. I think it works better for this. You want to really draw your navel up and in. So create that steadiness through the lower abdomen and inner thighs. As you're ready, start to tap, lift, tap, lift. And engage through that leg like you're trying to really press your toes back towards whatever back wall or towards whatever's behind you, creating maximum length through that leg. And we'll start to add in that extra movement. So lift, side crunch, lift, tap, lift, side crunch, lift, back. If you have any wrist issues, come to forearms. Keep your awareness on your breath and your abdominal muscles. You really want to engage through your core here to protect your low back. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Side crunch on one, hold it in. Pulse it out right here. Pulse, pulse. Mini squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, child's pose. Come on back up and come onto your knees. And from here, rock forward and bring your right leg in front of your left. So cross your right knee over your left knee and then separate your feet enough that you can sit your hips down onto your mat. But from here, bring your hands down to your mat and then start to walk your hands forward as much as feels good and hold there and breathe. So you want to keep length through your spine, so make sure you're not really rounding. You want to create length, so look down ahead of your mat. Use each exhale as an opportunity to deepen into your pose. And then rock forward back onto your hands and switch out the legs. So left leg over the top of right this time. As you're ready, sink your hips down to your mat. Ooh, we did a lot of leg work today. It's good to stretch into those hips. And as you're ready, start to crawl your hands forward and deepen your breath. And come on back up. All right, guys, let's do some core work before we wind down. We have 10 more minutes. 5 of those is Shavasana, so 5 minutes of core action right here. All right, so I do this in pretty much all my classes, so most of you know what we're gonna do. So you're gonna plant your feet about hip width distance, bend your knees, and then take your weights. So we're not gonna do this with the ball. Usually you put a ball behind our back. We're not gonna do that today. So you take your weights, extend them straight forward. So you're engaged through your arms, so you can do this without weights too. And then hinge back. Hinge back until you feel that strong core engagement. And you're slightly rounding through your very, very low spine so that you're kind of tucking your pubic bone in towards your ribs. All right, from here, let's lift up a couple of inches and then come right back down. Lift up and come down. Lift up, come down. Use your breath. Inhale as you come up, exhale as you lower. Let's start to add the arms into this. So lift up, press the arms straight forward, and then as you exhale, peel one arm back and twist to one side. Keep the opposite arm pressed forward. Come back to center, press, and then switch opposite side. Pull back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull. Like you're pulling back a bow and arrow. Exhale, each time you pull back. Really pull that elbow point back. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Pull to one side and pulse on one. Pull, 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 pull. Hopefully you guys have your favorite song on here. I like to play Lizzo or something that kind of makes me laugh when I'm doing hardcore work. Pull, pull, pull. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press back through center, opposite side, pull. Pulse it out, pulse, pulse, pulse. This is our final arm move here. Pulse, pulse. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, press back through center, lift the arms straight up towards the ceiling, and then come down and hold here. Option to float into boat pose, arms up overhead, hold and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ditch the weights, rock all the way onto your back. Happy baby pose. And then bend and straighten into alternating legs. Shift from side to side. All right, from here, one more core move. Grab those weights. Extend your legs straight up towards the ceiling. And then bring the weights up towards your feet. All right, from here, open the arms and legs like you're opening up a book. And then bring back through center. Open up. And center. Sink your breath in. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. If you need to come down onto your head, do that. That takes the tension out of the neck. Now maybe start to speed it up a little bit or keep it nice and slow. And start to add in a little bit of a lower abdominal crunch. So lift your booty up off your mat as you bring your hands and feet together. You want to make sure you keep your low back firmly pressed into your mat while you do this. Don't compromise that form. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, weights down, hug knees in. Let's do 1 round of bridge pose. Plant your feet, hip width distance. Press your hips high. Option to come onto tippy toes. Squeeze your booty. Hold for 5, 4. Keep your knees in. 3, 2. Slow lower on 1. Draw your knees into your chest. And then drop both knees over towards one side, your spinal twist. And then take your twist to the opposite side as you're ready. Such amazing work today, guys. It's 9:57, so take another 20 to 30 seconds for any last stretches or poses that you need today. Oh, I see a baby. Oh my goodness, family yoga. Something beautiful that has come out of all this madness. Oh, I love it. Get really cozy. Come onto your back. Play your favorite Shavasana song, or you can find the song at the end of the playlist I posted. That's a really nice one. And as you lie in Shavasana, I'm going to share with you a little writing from Mark Nepo. He wrote the Book of Awakening. And this is today's, and I found it to be very fitting. It's titled Even in the Dark. To be broken is no reason to see all things as broken. Seldom seen, growing along the ocean floor, the white-plumed anemone is a watery blossom. It is white lace opening under tons of black, opening as if bathed in the sun, while so far from the sun. This is the trick to staying well, to feel the sun even in the dark, to not lose the truth of things when they go out of view, to grow just the same, to know there is still water even when we are thirsty, to know there is still love even when we are lonely, to know there is still peace even when we are suffering. None of this invalidates our pain, but only strengthens our way back into the light. Close your eyes and feel the fact of the sun. It will be there when you can see again. Inhale deeply through the part of your heart that is closed and feel the fact of love. It will be there when you can feel again. Breathe slowly through the part of you that doubts and feel the fact of life. It will be there when you can open your spirit as you did when you were born. Thank you guys so much for showing up today. Enjoy a longer Shavasana if you're called to do that or if you have time. And you can leave me feedback in the chat box or you can send me an email. Yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you. Namaste.